Our planet abounds with splendid sights worth a visit. And while all are stunning, some are just more spectacular than others. From the emerald green rice terraces of Indonesia to the sapphire-blue fjords of Norway, we show you some of the most astounding natural wonders in the world. Welcome to our channel, where we share with you all of the amazing places on this planet to put on your bucket list. If you're new here, we know you're going to like it here. And if you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. Without further ado, here we go. Geirangafjord, Norway. Perhaps no other fjord in Norway, or the world, is as strikingly scenic as Geirangafjord. This S-shaped fjord spans 15 kilometers long, 1.5 kilometers wide, and 853 feet at its deepest. Towering, rugged mountains, clad in lush vegetation, flank the deep blue waters on both sides. Clinging onto the mountainsides are abandoned farms, some dating back to the 1600s. Tourists often make a beeline for these deserted homesteads, not only to see dramatic views of the fjord, but also to get a glimpse of Norway's past. Scattered throughout the area is an array of waterfalls. Some plummet majestically down craggy cliffs, while others look like a misty blanket of water over the rocks. At the head of the fjord is a small but bustling village of Geiranger. From there, you can access the Flidesjuva lookout, perched atop a steep and winding hill with the jaw-dropping vistas of the inlet. The three most famous cascades in Geirangafjord are Sosta, the Seven Sisters, Fjorden, the Suder, and Brudistira, the Bridal Veil. Tegalalang Rice Terraces, Indonesia. Considered one of the most beautiful places in Bali, the Tegalalang Rice Terraces is a seemingly boundless swath of verdant rice paddies cut into steep hillsides, 1,968 feet above sea level. Tegalalang is famous for its outstanding beauty and innovative irrigation technique subak, believed to have been passed down from the 8th century. This UNESCO-listed site covers areas in the famous tourist town of Ubud and the villages of Kampuhan and Pejang. Palm trees dot the ridged walkways, making the already lush landscape even lusher. There are scenic lookouts throughout the terraces, affording visitors incredible views of the valley. If you visit at sunrise, you'll see the paddies bathed in otherworldly hues of gold before turning decadently green. The Grand Canyon, USA. Much has been said and written about the Grand Canyon, yet it remains one of the most intriguing natural landmarks on the planet. Vast in scale, the jagged canyon stretches 446 kilometers long, 16 kilometers wide, and 1.6 kilometers deep. Nobody knows the exact age of the canyon. Scientists estimate it between 5 to 6 million years old, though a study in 2012 shows it may have started forming 70 million years ago, when the Colorado River began cutting a deep channel through the rocks. The Vishnu basement rocks at the bottom of the inner gorge are the oldest known rocks in the canyon, shaped around 1.7 billion years ago. Its most distinctive feature is the layered bands of red rock exposing millions of years of geological history. Several native cultures have lived in the canyon, from prehistoric humans during the last ice age to ancestral Pueblo people to Hopi tribes. Today, an estimated 6 million people visit the Grand Canyon each year. Among the most popular sites in the area are Mather Point, the Rim Trail, Havasu Falls, and the Skywalk. Monteverde Cloud Forest, Costa Rica. Established in 1972, the Monteverde Cloud Forest is a high biodiversity reserve that covers 26,000 acres of unprotected tropical woodland, 90% of which is virgin cloud forest. It has 6 ecological zones, housing 100 mammal species, 700 bird species, 120 amphibian and reptilian species, and thousands of insects. It is also home to 2,500 plant species, including 500 types of wild orchids. Over 13 kilometers of trails are open for hikers. On the route are suspension bridges spanning canyons and drainages, Some traverse over the rainforest canopy, allowing trekkers to walk on top of the trees. It's important to note that some of these bridges may be closed for maintenance. One of the most visited sites in Monteverde is the Continental Divide. From a viewpoint called La Ventana, the window, you could see the Caribbean side of Costa Rica to the right and the Pacific to the left. Bioluminescent Beach, Maldives. A true masterpiece of nature, the bioluminescent beach literally glows in the dark. The fluorescent waves occur due to millions of bioluminescent organisms radiating a bright blue light under the sea. The best time to visit bioluminescent beach is between June and October, when the seas are warmer. You can see this surreal phenomenon on the island of Mudhu in the Ra Atoll, about 75 miles north of Mali, the country's capital. You could stroll down the shoreline, go on a safari boat cruise around the atoll, swim in the glowing waters, or sit on the coast and stare at the supernatural scene. Marble Caves, Chile. Formed by thousands of years of waves splashing against calcium carbonate cliffs, the Marble Caves are a network of rare geological formations in the middle of the remote Lake General Carrera. The caves are known for their exquisite swirling patterns that shift to different shades of blue, depending upon the water levels and time of the year. Only small boats and kayaks can enter the caves because the passageways are small and narrow. On the shore of the lake is another natural wonder, the Marble Cathedral, so called because its awning resembles that of a church. The Marble Caves are open year-round, but the best time to visit is from December to March because the sunlight is ample and the water level is low. Jeju Island, South Korea. Dubbed the Island of the Gods, Jeju, South Korea's most extensive and only self-governing island, is regarded as one of the modern natural wonders of the world. It boasts stunning beaches, a mild subtropical climate, and windswept coastal trails littered with waterfalls. The country's highest point, Halasan, a dormant volcano, standing 6,397 feet above sea level, is an iconic feature on the island. Surrounding the mountain is the Halasan National Geopark, a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve that contains a crater lake, alpine plants, and a wide range of wildlife. Perhaps the most unusual natural landmark in Jeju is the 4.9-mile Mejangul lava tube, the longest in the world. Formed by cooling lava over 1,000 years ago, the cave abounds with awe-inspiring stalactites, stalagmites, and stone pillars. Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. Isolated in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and 621 miles away from the coast of Ecuador to which it belongs, is the Galapagos Archipelago. The islands are of volcanic origin, which is a consequence of their location on one of the most famous hotspots on the Pacific Rim of Fire. The living world of the Galapagos was created some 10 million years ago and has remained unchanged since then. The oldest island in today's archipelago is about 3.3 million years old. As the ocean floor has been moving towards South America for millions of years, the old islands slowly sink, while volcanic activity forms new cinder cones, and the living world slowly migrates following these tectonic activities. Historical findings say that the Inca ruler, Tupac Yupanqui, first sailed to the Galapagos back in the 15th century. Later in the first half of the 16th century, the fleet of the Panamanian bishop, Thomas de Barlanga, was thrown by a storm to the exotic islands. However, the most important visit to the archipelago happened in 1835. That's when the young Charles Darwin sailed here and got to know the island's unique animal world. Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. Stunning Ha Long Bay still dominates most travelers' itineraries in Vietnam, but it's still not the be-all and end-all of the northeastern part of the country. If you have some time up your sleeve and want to venture a little deeper, you'll find that this area is more than a cruise around Ha Long's earned karst. The rugged, jungle-clad island of Cat Ba is a launching pad for exploring the limestone islets and towers of Lan Ha Bay, a geological extension of Ha Long Bay, and just as dramatic, Hanla Bay sees far fewer visitors, but Cat Ba has more to offer than a beautiful seascape to gaze upon. This is the adventure capital of the Northeast Vietnam. Whether you want to climb, bike, hike, or kayak, Cat Ba has an activity for you. Almost half of the island's 219 square miles is protected by a national park, which dominates most of the world's remaining gold-headed langur residents, the most endangered species in the world, while the island's cliffs have become one of the highest nurseries in Southeast Asia to climb destinations. Giant's Causeway, Ireland. The Giant's Causeway is a volcanic formation located on the coast of Northern Ireland, located 2 miles north of the town of Bushmills in County Antrim, at the northern end of the Antrim Plateau. It is characterized by about 40,000 opposed vertical hexagonal basalt pillars. The whole area, damaged by the action of the sea, looks like a paving that starts at the foot of the cliff and disappears into the sea. The causeway has been registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1986. Classified as a National Nature Reserve in 1987 by the Department of the Environment of Northern Ireland, the site and its coastline were also integrated into the Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty Network in 1989. The Giant's Causeway forms a headland jutting into the sea. It consists of a juxtaposition of cooled lava prisms, the largest of which reaches almost 39 feet in height. Most have a hexagonal cross-section, but about 30% are pentagonal, and some columns have 4, 7, 8, or even 9 or 10 faces. The cross-section of a prism can have a flat, convex, or concave surface. The whole area evokes an old road with irregular asphalting. Table Mountain, Cape Town. Table Mountain is a true icon, one of those recognizable symbols that has placed Cape Town among the most beautiful cities in the world. It is obvious why it got its name. The original Khoi tribe people called it Horikwagu, mountain in the sea. In Nuana, the mountain is Amlindawen Gizimu, the Watcher of the South, placed here by the creator, Keama, as a guardian who protects all of Africa. Table Mountain is famous for other reasons as well. This is an old mountain, an incredible 260 million years old. In contrast, the Himalayas are only children, at about 40 million years old, and the Alps are still in their infancy at only 32 million. This is also home to a botanical phenomenon, the Cape Floral Kingdom. The fynbos overlooking the Table Mountain and the Cape Peninsula is one of the richest and most diverse ecosystems in the world, with an incredible 8,200 plant species, with more than 1,460 of these on the Table Mountain alone. This wraps up the countdown of the most amazing natural wonders on planet Earth. Since you stayed till the very end, you must have enjoyed it. So give us a like and tell us in the comments below which of the places from this video you want to visit first. Be sure to check out this video next if you want to see some more amazing travel content, and hit that subscribe button to come back for more.